Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Srujan. I am a practicing cosmetic dentist and your mentor for the day. And the topic which we are going to study today is white spot lesions. And this white spot lesions is basically in regard to dental caries or decalcification of tooth structure. Like always, I am going to further simplify this topic for you from this book of Mind Maps and Notes by MedStudyGo. So if you guys do not have this book already, go ahead, get it from any of these e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, Dental Cart, or directly from the official MedStudyGo website. Trust me, this book is a must have. Now coming to the topic. Like always, the first point which we are going to focus on is the definition of white spot lesions. So, white spot lesion is basically a decalcification of enamel surface near fixed orthodontic appliances. So, the first point we need to note here is the prevalence is higher in ortho cases. Now let us go through the etiopathogenesis. The first is demineralization, which is one of the result of plaque. When we talk about plaque, it is one of the result, or what comes with it is low pH, high streptococcus mutans, and acid byproducts, which is kind of correlated with each another. So, like we've mentioned, low pH and also limited saliva clearance, and this is basically due to the inaccessible areas around the ortho brackets. After that, we get reduced buffering because of the lower salivary action, and depleted fluoride can be one of the reasons. Moving ahead, it is always obviously influenced by the diet of patient, oral hygiene, recent caries, and lack of preventive measures. So these are some of the points which play an important role in the etiology or the pathogenesis of white spot lesions for dental caries. Now let us talk about the prevalence and evolution of white spot lesions. Like we discussed, it is more prevalent in orthodontic treatment cases, and it depends on the time of treatment. That is, it increases prevalence whenever there is higher time duration. So whenever there is higher duration of orthodontic treatment, there is going to be greater chance or greater prevalence of white spot lesions. And now coming to the location. So when we talk about prevalence or the location prevalence, cervical and middle thirds are most commonly affected. Other than that, first molars, maxillary lateral incisors, and mandibular incisors are the most commonly affected teeth. And when we talk about the majority, like the majority of teeth which are going to be affected, that is going to be the labiogingival surface of maxillary lateral incisors. So one thing which we really need to note here is that this very area here, which I have marked on 1-2, which is the lateral incisor, which is the buccocervical or the buccogingival area, is going to be the most affected area, especially on lateral incisors. And now coming to the classification of these white spot lesions. So the first one we have is dental fluorosis, which can be considered as one of the initial stages or the more milder form, and this is a result of excessive fluoride during enamel development. And the characteristics include white or yellowish lesions. The lesions are not very well defined, that is, they are irregular in shape, and they are symmetrical, that is, according to the teeth, and these teeth are less caries susceptible, which is important because they are more highlighted teeth. Like in this picture, as we can see, I have tried to put a clinical picture, and as you can see, what I've marked in blue there is a fluorosis sign or a symptom of fluorosis, where yellowish stain is clearly visible in irregular shape. Moving on ahead, the next one we have is enamel opacities. They are comparatively well defined, shaped, and differentiated from surrounding enamel. Again, they are randomly distributed along the tooth structure. After that, we have enamel hypomineralization, which is basically low mineral content. This can be a result of injury and an infection affecting mineralization. Again, the infection can be a result of the injury itself. And lastly, we have the white spot lesions, or WSLs, and they are basically subsurface enamel porosities from caries demineralization. And this here we have an important point, that is they have a milky white opacity on enamel. That is the characteristic appearance here, meaning that if you see any milky white opacities on the tooth structure, there's a very high chance that those are white spot lesions on the enamel. And now moving ahead, we are going to go through the treatment and prevention of these white spot lesions. So the treatment, the first line or the first treatment which we need to consider is low dose fluoride treatment. After that, chlorhexidine, which is one of the uh, you know antimicrobial agents. After that, we have CPP-ACP, and in severe cases, we can go for a slightly more aggressive treatment like microabrasion, veneers, or composite restorations, where it is really not possible to completely remineralize those spots. And when we talk about the prevention, which can be done during the ortho treatment duration, avoid high concentration of fluoride. We can apply fluoride varnish, mouth rinses, obviously, which consist of fluorides or these antimicrobial agents, and we allow saliva-based remineralization, right? Because as we saw that less amount of saliva is directly related to greater amount of uh, you know white spot lesions or lower pH, and all of those are correlated. So it's kind of a similar math, you get it. And one of the important things which you need to note here is that you have to avoid high fluoride concentration. It is also very important to note that fluoride is related to, caries depletion, but avoid high concentration of fluoride, because we saw that the first step is fluorosis, which is a result of high fluoride content. Now let us solve a few questions which will help us revise this topic. So the first question we have is, which of the following is not an etiological factor for white spot lesions? So the first is demineralization, which is obviously one of the reasons. Low pH levels, again true. Plaque accumulation, again is a true. And the last option is high salivary flow, which cannot be the correct answer, because the correct answer here would have been low salivary flow. So let us go through the explanation. A good salivary flow neutralizes acids from bacteria, promotes self-cleansing, and replenishes minerals, making it preventive solution for white spot lesions. Moving on ahead, the next question we have is, what is the first line treatment for white spot lesions? Now, whenever we go through these questions, we might feel a little confused. The first thing which at least I get in my head after listening to this question is, we give a low dose of fluoride treatment. We also give fluoride varnish, but there is still some confusion. That's why I want to introduce you to something called as flashcards, which I have marked here in the blue box. Going through the answer of the question, the correct answer is low dose fluoride therapy. And here, flashcards are going to be really, really helpful for you guys, because they're going to quickly help you revise for these tricky questions, small topics, or difficult things which you are really struggling to memorize. Now, if you like all of these MCQs, these mind maps, videos, everything, make sure you just check out the official MedStudyGo app. There, you'll get access to many more of these mind maps, notes, videos, MCQs, flashcards, and so much more. And the best part is you get all of this completely free of cost. Make sure you check that out, and along with that, also check out the official YouTube channel of MedStudyGo, where we regularly try to upload more of such informative videos, hoping to help dental students like you all. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. Uh, I hope I cleared all of your doubts. If there is still anything remaining, make sure to put it down in the comment section. I would be more than happy to reply and help you out. Thank you so much, and happy learning.